So before I get into my predictions of each of the 5 matches on the card for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3, here's what I think what the order will be on the special event. The first match, I think, will probably be Hideo Itami versus Aleister Black. The second match being Andrade Cien Almas versus Johnny Gargano. The third match being The Authors of Pain versus Sanity for the NXT Tag Team titles. The fourth match being Asuka defending the NXT Women's Championship against Ember Moon. And Bobby Roode versus Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship. So let's talk about those matches. Hello all MRBers and welcome to another wrestling related video with me, Mike McRock, and I am one half of the McRock and Bolt Wrestling Review Show. So how is everyone? It's been a while since I've done another NXT related video. I think the last review that I've done was an NXT review, I do believe around June-ish. Now, I'm not going to review every single NXT episode, but I'll probably try to put in maybe one or two NXT reviews. I'll try to do a review for the Go Home show for TakeOver Brooklyn, but right now I'm going to talk about my predictions of what I think should happen at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. It is this Saturday in Brooklyn on August I do believe it is the 19th. Yeah, it is the 19th. And there are 5 matches on the card for this show. Now, the first match I'm going to talk about is Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. This is a match that was only developed because Johnny Gargano wanted an opponent for TakeOver Brooklyn. He hasn't missed a TakeOver special event, and that he still wants that match at TakeOver. And now he's going to get one because Cien's new manager has made it known that if Johnny Gargano doesn't have an opponent, that Andrade Cien Almas will be the guy to face him. So that's the only development as of right now, as of this recording. The Go Home show hasn't really happened yet, so I don't know if anything will be further developed with this match at all, but this is the match that has very little to no development at all. I kind of expect this match to kick off the show because it is the match that is the least development. And as for the winner of this match, I'm okay with Johnny Gargano losing this match because I don't think it would actually hurt him. So Andrade Cien Almas, I think, should win this match. I think he needs it more because he is now with a new manager. Why not capitalize on that by having him win this match? And I think that Johnny Gargano right now is just kind of not doing anything. Maybe he could develop some sort of feud with Cien Almas. It's a shame that Tommaso Ciampa is out with injuries as long as he is. And from what I heard, he's coming back like in March of next year, which is a shame because the match that probably would have happened here would be Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, but I can understand why that didn't happen here. And I think they're going to let that build up and escalate slowly and progressively. So having Cien Almas face Johnny Gargano, I'm fine with it, but I'm not really interested in that match. Again, Cien, I think, will end up winning this match. And what I like to talk about here is that they're not fighting for anything. Johnny Gargano and Cien are not fighting for any titles at all, and I think NXT needs to have another new title, a mid-card title. That way you can have good feuds with these with the roster that you have and let them fight for something. So that's my thoughts about that and that match with Gargano and Andrade Cien Almas. The next match is Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. I kind of look at this match in two ways. If this is Hideo Itami, if this is his last match on NXT ever, if he's going back to Japan, I'm fine with Hideo Itami losing. But you're coming off of Hideo Itami turning on Cassius Ohno. I don't know why he's not doing this match, but that's another issue in itself. Why they're not doing Hideo Itami versus Cassius Ohno, and they're doing Aleister Black and Hideo Itami, I don't understand that, because wouldn't Cassius Ohno want revenge on the guy that kicked him in the nuts? It seems pretty logical to me, and they kind of went away from that. I'm not sure why. Do they not trust Cassius Ohno to put on a good match on a TakeOver show? Maybe that's the reason. But when it comes to this match here, if this is Hideo Itami's last match on NXT, I'm fine with him losing. However, you just turned him heel not too long ago. Why not capitalize that and just shock everyone and have Hideo Itami beat Aleister Black? I don't think anyone would see that coming. It would be an interesting surprise. I think it might be a good idea, because to me, Aleister Black needs something to latch onto. If he could develop some sort of feud with anyone, I think Hideo Itami is as good as any if Hideo Itami is sticking around on NXT. So those are my thoughts about that match. And I think what NXT will probably end up doing is having Aleister Black win here. I wouldn't mind it. Only if Hideo Itami is going away after this match. Only if. The next match on the card is Sanity challenging for the NXT Tag Team titles against the Authors of Pain. I expect this match to be a really hard-hitting type of brawling kind of match. I kind of like the build-up to this match when you had Eric Young come back and it was 3-on-2. Yeah, I really enjoy these two teams finally getting a match with each other. It was almost hinted in a way, and in that last Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament, it was like a what if Authors of Pain faced Sandy in the final match. But they've done TM6-1 versus Authors of Pain instead. But I like that we're finally getting it. I love the appeal of this match. As far as the winner goes, I can't see the Authors of Pain losing their tag team titles right now. So Authors of Pain, I think, should win this match. But you also want to make Sanity look strong as well. However they're going to do it, I don't know. Maybe what they could do is have some sort of wishy-washy finish where Sanity gets disqualified or goes on a rampage after they lose or something like that. I don't know. But whatever they do, I think what they could do is further develop that feud, because they're only scratching the surface with that one. And what NXT really needs to focus on is rebuilding their tag team division. Yes, you got Sandy, Authors of Pain, you got Heavy Machinery, you got the newly Street Profits coming in. Push the Ellie brothers. They deserve a push. I feel like that NXT's tag team division is in limbo. They really need to work on building new teams on their roster. And it wouldn't hurt if NXT stepped away from doing a tag team title match and doing like a Battle Royal or number one contenders match for the NXT Tag Team Championships and have Authors of Pain show up in some way just to be there. Something like that would have been good for me. I think what NXT needs to do is focus more on rebuilding the tag team division, more so than the Authors of Pain defending their tag team titles. But again, Authors of Pain should win. Now we get to the NXT Women's Championship, and that is Asuka versus Ember Moon. To me, this is the match that has the most build up and the most story to it. You go back to NXT TakeOver a few months ago where Asuka beat Ember Moon, but only by cheating. Asuka had to cheat to beat Ember Moon, so you have that. You also have Asuka injuring Ember Moon. Luckily, she was only out for a few short weeks. She comes back, NXT rebuilds her, and now she's getting finally her rematch. A rematch that is absolutely called for. And Asuka has been breaking records left, right, and center. I think she's like over 500 days as NXT Women's Champion. I think now is a good time to end that streak. Now, I know people are going to say that Asuka should remain undefeated, and I totally understand that. I can understand people would think that Asuka should be both NXT Women's Championship and a SmackDown or a Raw Women's Championship as well. I totally get those logic ideas from the fans. I absolutely do, but here's the thing. To me, Asuka's reign is just starting to get a little boring. It was really good for like a lot of it, but now it's just starting to drag on a bit. And I think having Ember Moon win the championship now opens the doors to do more different things. Yes, you have maybe a possible rematch with Asuka. Yes, you can face someone like a Nikki Cross or Ruby Riott facing Ember Moon for the championship. So I gotta go with Ember Moon on this match. And that's the only option I can see happen. I think the story calls for it. I think Ember Moon needs it. For the past couple of NXT episodes, she has improved on the mic. I like to see her with that championship right now, and I think NXT needs a title change. When it comes to the 3 championship matches at TakeOver, one of them needs to change, maybe 1 or 2, but not all of them. And that transitions into the NXT Championship, Bobby Roode versus Drew McIntyre. My thoughts on this match is that I'm kind of torn. On one hand, you have Drew McIntyre, a guy that can talk on the mic, the guy that has the size, he has the look, he has the shtick, he has those elements going for him. Having him beat Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship would only elevate Drew McIntyre even more. But with Bobby Roode, it's like you don't want him to lose the championship right now because the guy is still red hot. The iron is still hot with Bobby Roode. People are not sick of him as champion. Yeah, I think he's been champion for almost 7 months now, and it feels like that it's only the beginning of his reign as championship, as NXT championship, and having him lose right now, his title reign would just feel underwhelming. Now, with that said, you also have a story going on with Bobby Roode and Roderick Strong that's not concluding at all as of yet. It almost feels like that Drew McIntyre is being used as a plot device to further develop Bobby Roode and Roderick Strong. I don't know if putting the NXT Championship right now on Drew McIntyre would be the best thing right now. It wouldn't be the greatest thing, but it wouldn't be the worst thing either. But I feel like that Bobby Roode needs to hold on to the title at least till the next TakeOver, especially in November. Maybe if you do that and have maybe Drew McIntyre or Roderick Strong, or even a triple threat for that matter, that would be a good time to have Bobby Roode lose the championship, but I don't see him losing the title at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. So Bobby Roode to retain the NXT championship. So those are my predictions for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. So my question to you, what are your predictions for that special event? Whatever they are, feel free to leave those comments right here in the comment section below. And you can also hit that subscribe button down below this video as well to become an MRBer on this wrestling review show.